Okay, it is now time to help our dear friend Ian with a certain trifle. Please wait until the following morning from 8 to noon. 8 to noon. There you go. Poor Ian, still here, even a day later.
There have been many poorly written applications.
Ah, traveler. It's nice to see you. You don't look so good, sir. You have bags under your eyes, and it seems like you can barely speak. You should take a break. I can't rest. I stayed up all last night writing drafts, but none were good enough. Time for yet another rewrite. If you have any official business you require my assistance with, please wait a moment. You can pull up a chair near Mr. Royalt's. Perhaps he even has coffee. I must get back to writing. Ugh, no using to my dear colleagues is certainly not formal enough. How is that not formal enough? You could say to my esteemed colleagues. That'll be formal enough for sure. Traveler, glad to see you've come back after another visit. Coffee? Now that you mention it. Yeah, Paimon wanted to ask too, but those guys were so loud and Paimon didn't dare talk about anything else. And I thought I was going to be kicked out. Why? No need to worry. The guards let you in, so why would we take it upon ourselves to chase you out? There were guards. Did you see guards? I didn't see guards. This is also an example of clear delegation of authority and responsibility. Hello, traveler. I am Semaine. It is a pleasure to meet you. Yo, what's up? Semaine used to work in the courts as an assistant secretary. Due to some rather messy circumstances, he was transferred back to the Maison Gestion. Spill the tea. What are these rather messy circumstances? I am curious. Using his logical and precise deductions, we were able to find solutions to many previously intractable problems. But I want to know what he did that was messy. Please, that's a bit much. I merely transferred over my previous work experience and used the value of certain things to infer the importance of matters related to them. Though in practice, countless matters that cannot be precisely measured will crop up in a course of work. But in these cases, applying Royalt's well-developed axioms of human interaction is a great assistance. And that means, what now? I feel like you just said like a lot of words without actually saying anything of substance. Put simply, when dealing with work, Semaine is quite skilled in considering all sides and their state, and makes everyone feel that they are important. It's like balancing scales. So he's good at kissing up to people. And if the balancing act is simply impossible, then I can tip the scales with the weight of words. Ian sure seems to be working hard. Can you help him? Yeah, it seems like he's about to pass out. I wonder how many days Ian has been awake in a row without resting. This is a path that all must walk sooner or later. Should I help Ian write the document, he will not remember this lesson. The lesson that you're a terrible person and he should quit this job and go get a new one? His head and heart are filled with idealistic fantasies about what working in the Maison Gestion is, but fantasies are for the young, not the gestionnaires. And I simply don't know how to write those documents. You're quite direct. All right, so what business brings you here? Tell me, and I'll see if I can... Ian suddenly runs over in a panic. Alas, all is doom and ruin. Monsieur Royalt, do you have spare keycaps for the typewriter? As I was typing, I suddenly discovered that a keycap was missing. I have no idea when it could have... Did you already have a look nearby? Maybe it just fell off onto the ground. Or maybe it's stuck in a book or sandwiched between documents. Did you already check these possibilities? Or maybe it's in a pen holder, or your sleeve, or your hair, or in a teacup. I've looked everywhere, even my pockets and my shoe bottoms. I've searched all over, and it's nowhere to be found. Very well. Then you should go ask Cornelia. If we do have spares for things like keycaps, then she's the one you need to file a request with. I should just go buy one myself. It shouldn't take Estelle long at all to make a keycap. My dear Ian, do you really want to spend your own money? The typewriter and its keycaps are public property, and the property of the Maison Gestion. Filing an application with Cornelia is the proper procedure. It really doesn't cost much at all. This is not a matter of how much. This is another matter of authority and responsibility. Repairing the public property of the Maison Gestion should be paid for by the public accounts of the Maison Gestion. If you pay for this with your private funds and do not file a claim for reimbursement, then when expenses are audited at the end of the year, it will be unclear where the money came from. Fine, I'll go find Cornelia now. Is even paying for things this annoying? This is actually quite normal around here. Please, this way. Let's go find Cornelia. Isn't her desk like literally right next to yours? It sure is. Cornelia. Hello, Mr. Ian. May I help you? Oh, hello to you too, Miss Cornelia. Do we have any spare keycaps for a typewriter? Excuse me? My typewriter is missing a keycap, so I would like to apply for a replacement. If there isn't one in stock, it would also work if you could reimburse the purchase of a new one. Expensing a keycap. That shouldn't be a problem, in principle. Sign your name here, please. Just write requesting reimbursement for replacement keycap due to typewriter malfunction, and then sign your name and office. Very well. I can get the keycap today, right? I really need to get back to work. Mr. Ian, have you ever applied for reimbursement for the purchase of public property before? Being reimbursed for work expenses is not at all like you imagine. You don't simply buy something and reimburse it. We need to compile all the reimbursement receipts and documents on a monthly basis, create summary reports, and then submit everything to the Maison Cardinalis for approval at the end of the month. This approval process is related to the approval and payment of salaries for the entire Maison Gestion. If the amount expensed is too late, then the Maison Cardinalis will even need to submit it to Monsieur Neuvillette himself for approval. Payments can only be officially sent after the review is complete and everything is signed. If he has any questions about a certain expense report, the staff member in question must submit a written report. We are just preparing to submit our first batch of reports, which we shall do sometime in the next few days. You mean, if I'm unfortunate enough, then I might require Monsieur Neuvillette himself to sign off on that keycap reimbursement? Such are the rules, Mr. Ian. And since the total expenses for this month are large indeed, he may very well be required to audit the reports. Monsieur Neuvillette, wait, isn't that your Chief Justice? But it's just a keycap, and we're making him sign for it. It just doesn't feel right. Let's try something else. I think so too. After all, it's only a keycap, and we don't trouble him with it. I think this is supposed to say, and we don't need to trouble him with it. That is true. There are other ways. Yes, you could go buy a keycap yourself first, then I can provide you an official acknowledgement of debt in the public accounts. After all, the reimbursements have been processed and the payment process completed, the amount owed will be paid to you directly from the public purse. Excellent. Then let's do that. After all, a keycap doesn't cost much. I can pay for it. Then please sign here, and you should still write requesting reimbursement for replacement keycap due to typewriter malfunction. Are you going to purchase a replacement from Miss Estelle? Yes, indeed. Is anything wrong? Then I will take the IOU to Mr. Royalt for him to sign, and then take it to Miss Estelle to verify the purchase amount. But you don't need to worry about that. Just hurry and buy your keycap. I'll take care of the rest. Thank you so much. You really are the best, Miss Cornelia. I'll go and buy it right now. Come on, Traveler. It's time to leave. Buy a keycap from Estelle. Whoever and wherever Estelle is. Somewhere down here. Oh, I've spoken to you before. Ian, what is it? You seem to be out of breath. Estelle, please, I need a keycap for a typewriter. You should have something here, right? Of course, but typewriters have so many different keys. Take a look and see which one you need a keycap for. Ian starts to rummage around, searching for the keycap he needs. This one. This is it. Here's the money. Thank you, Estelle. Last time, you said you'd like to go boating with me. Ian, hey, Ian. Sorry, my dude does not have time for your idle chit-chat. He's trying to finish his work so he can finally go home and pass out. Install keycap. Great. Now I can finally continue working. This proposal must be finished today. Thank you so much. When I have time, I will certainly treat you to an excellent meal. Is this like you will certainly go boating with Estelle? Are you free tomorrow? Come find me if you've got time. Wait for me to finish work and we can all go eat a tasty meal. Then I'll be waiting. You're right, I must work faster. Wait, what's the next sentence? I should have written everything down. Okay. I guess that's going to be it for that, because now we're on to another quest. So we will be back later to do a certain stamp.